We are live once more in beautiful Antigua from Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in North Sound. It was a brilliant promotion for Test cricket on day one. West Indies and Sri Lanka fighting through, highlighted by a wonderful century by Dhananjaya De Silva, the skipper, and support along the way for him, but they were eventually dismissed for 308. Yeah, West Indies wickets to all the seamers, perhaps saying that's why they decided to go with all the seamers in their attack. 5 seamers. Justin Graves with his best figures of 3 for 39. Pace attack. So John Campbell and Brandon King batting lineup for West Indies. Kavim Hodge in at 3. Django Joshua. Yeah, so Brandon King, very new in his career, just 7 matches, 332 runs to his name, and a best of 75. Love to get the 3 figures eventually. John Campbell, the most senior of the two, 29 matches, has that 100, his 100 coming last year against India in Delhi. Lahiru Kumara, just seen that he's played West Indies 3 times prior to this. Yeah, beautiful ball, just tailing back in slightly. Yeah, that one just swinging far down the leg side. The keeper had no chance. Driven sweetly through the covers. Heard the sound of the bat straight out of the middle. Nice. That is gorgeous from Brandon King.
Outside edge. Goes through that gully region. Outside edge. Softer hands from Brandon King. That keeps the ball down.
And here again, going hard is Campbell. Presented with width. And he picks up his first boundary.
And he'll pick up a maximum. That has gone all the way. Pulled. More muscle than timing on that occasion. He was waiting for it. Vijita not express space. And the execution good enough for 4.
This one's down the leg side. Will be another boundary. So the second boundary in this over. Bit of a wayward over this from Rajita.
In there, taken, we were just talking about time and concentration. And straight after the drinks interval, Brandon King gently pushes one and is taken in the cover. He will and should be sorely disappointed. Sri Lanka strike.
Well, Sri Lanka desperate for a wicket. Milan Ratnaika getting it for them. An airish push to cover from Brandon King, failing to keep it down, and he will be disappointed having gotten a start. He goes for 31. It's 58 for 1.
Yeah, that's John Campbell for you. All the way for 6 in his arc and met with the middle of the bat. Wonderful strike.
Well, if you're going to hit the ball in the air as an opening batsman, then take a cue. This is how it is done. Giving yourself just enough time to get elevation, keeping your shape on the shot, perfectly straight bat presented to that length delivery from Milan Ratnaika. And his second maximum in his innings, John Campbell. Beautiful lofted drive over mid-off.
Just there once again, gets away with that top edge. Once again, opting for the pull stroke, taking that top edge, flying over the slip region.
Yeah, just walking it to the leg side and, yeah. Bit of poor fielding in the end that allows it to go for his first four.
Yeah, made a mess of that one. Milan Ratnaika. In fact, he's the bowler just replaced by Rajita. He's just given away a boundary with some quite sloppy fielding. He got there in time, good time in the end. This lush outfield maybe just suffered a bit of an awkward bounce, but nonetheless, 4 runs, Kavem Hodge. One's poorly lined though and swept away. So he spoiled quite a decent start there, did Danusha. Well played by Kavem Hodge. That would take us to lunch. And that boundary will just make him feel a little more comfortable as he heads to the pavilion now. The West Indies end on 89 for 1 after 24 overs here on day 2. Remember, they were responding to the Sri Lankan 308 all out. That was a very good stroke indeed. Played all along the ground. Johnny Campbell leading the way, 36 from 61. He's gotten a start. Can he go big? Remains to be seen. And that's the tail of the tape here today in terms of the West Indies batting. 58-run partnership between Campbell and King. That was broken by Danusha and Milan Ratnaika. Quite a sharp catch in there at extra cover. Hodge not out 12. And Milan, just the only bowler to pick up a wicket today. He's very economical alongside Asitha, who I think was the standout bowler, just hasn't picked up any wickets just yet. And Kumara, just the 1 over, going off injured. So that's the summary of the match so far. Sri Lanka bowled out for 308. West Indies 89 for 1 in reply. Campbell 36 from 61. 2 massive sixes as well. Brandon King looked good for his 31, but perished in quite a similar fashion as we've seen from him. And as we said, just the 1 wicket for Milan Ratnaika. We're back here at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium for the post-lunch session in this, the first test between Sri Lanka and the West Indies. Yeah, he's been switched to the Sir Andy Roberts end now post-lunch. West Indies start with a single.
Edged. Enough of it to clear slip. Kavem Hodge. John Campbell going high. There is a man underneath it. And he's taken it. A good catch in the end to get rid of John Campbell. Sunal Danusha gets the breakthrough. Second over after lunch, and the West Indies lose another wicket right after break. John Campbell tempted into a lofted drive, not getting enough legs on it. And the West Indies now have lost their 2nd wicket.
Yeah, good solid catch that by Fernando. Danusha picks up his 1st wicket. Almost an unforced error that by Johnny Campbell. He has to go for 39. His powers of concentration have failed him there. The West Indies 97 for 2.
Don't think there was any contact on that one by signal.
Bowden! Bowden! Jimmy, you're on game within the game. And Milan Ratnaika wins the battle. Inside edge onto the stumps. His second wicket. The third for the West Indies. Have a look at the dejection on the face of Kavem Haj. He was threatening. As you see, he was stringing these dots together, building a bit of pressure. Once again, maybe just caught on the crease slightly, Kavem Haj. He has to go for 16. Milan Ratnaika picks up his second. It's 102 for 3. But this one's a bit too much. Done a bit too much here from around the wicket. 4 byes signaled.
Yeah, nicely played. Too much width offered. And a cracking boundary to end the 32nd. West Indies 115 for 3.
Yeah, just continuing his fine form, Amir Django, over 400 runs in the recently concluded first-class season with an unbeaten double hundred. So too Joshua De Silva, over 400 runs, a double hundred to his name as well. And they'll be desperate to convert that type of form at one level higher, at the international level. Only his second test match, Amir Django, and it's a return to test match cricket. That's well placed. Will challenge the boundary. Dribbles there. Yeah, gets there in the end. So a pleasing stroke from Joshua.
Yeah, badly lined. Capitalizes on it well, Amir Django. It's an edge. Luckily, it falls short of the slip fielder, and then it crashes into the boundary for a 4.
This time he's taken away from him, uppish, and he has to pay the price. Impatience once again, not dissimilar to what we've seen before. And another soft dismissal for the West Indies. 4 down now.
We were just talking about them attacking his front part. This one, just a bit of shape away from him. Driving at it. It could have left that alone, Joshua De Silva. And the fielder in good position, takes an easy catch. West Indies now, 154 for 4.
Now this should be a boundary, very well played in front of square, all along the carpet. Glorious and quite aesthetically pleasing from Amir Django.
Been very strong, driving Amir Django. Not reaching for it at all, just allowing it to come to him. Vacant space out there. Very good access from him.
Taken, what a catch by Kushal Mendes. That's an absolute beauty. Graves tried to leave it, couldn't get his butt out of the way, and that is magical.
That is absolutely stunning from Kusal Mendes. Commitment to it, diving to his right. Knew that it wouldn't get to the slip fielder because it was dying, and he put in the last minute effort, and Sri Lanka gets another understroke of tea.
Well, it's actually tea with the fall of that wicket. They've called play for this session. Justin Graves, that will be the last act in that post-lunch session, goes for just 3. West Indies 168 for 5, exactly what they wanted Sri Lanka to take one more in with them in that afternoon session. 4 wickets falling in that period, so West Indies were fantastic in session 1, not so much in session 2. Django stays unbeaten on 37, and he's looked quite compact and composed for that. John Campbell and Joshua Da Silva will reflect on their dismissal. Kavem Hodge might feel a little bit unlucky, but 5 wickets down now and still trail by 140 the West Indies. Bowling for Sri Lanka, Asita with a couple, Ratnayaka with a couple, and they've been quite patient. Dinusha picked up one as well. They have to make do without Lahiru Kumara for now anyway, until we get further news. So Sri Lanka got to 308. 71.5 overs. Dhananjaya Da Silva, the skipper, led the way with a sterling century. Under tremendous pressure, carried that responsibility well. Wickets for Graves, he picked up his career best. West Indies, though, in reply, had 1 over to bat yesterday unscathed then, and then today they've lost 5 wickets to date.
Picturesque scene here in Antigua. Looks like the east coast of this beautiful island. We see the batters coming back out. Ruston Chase coming in at number 7, the West Indies skipper. He starts with a loosener down the leg side. Slightly tight delivery, that you'd say. Not quite as loose. Starts with a short, wide delivery. Batsman of Ruston Chase's class will put that away. So his first boundary. A loose delivery, that from Rajita.
Short, wide, very wide actually, but met very well from Ruston Chase. Tall man himself.
This one's down the ground though. Got the length that he would have wanted. Ruston Chase, it's a strong area for him. We've seen him really develop that aspect of his game through the white ball format. Have a look at that, just full down the ground in the end. 2 bounces into that boundary.
Yeah, up and over from Amir Django. 200 comes up for the West Indies, not where he intended, but gets the boundary nonetheless.
The length was a full one and intentionally wide, just trying to lure Django into a false stroke. That was achieved, but because of the velocity in the swing, ball flying over that slip cordon, so not a bad ploy early from Rajita. Another very good drive from Django. This will run into the boundary line and bring up a maiden half century for Amir Django in Test match cricket. Is this the start of a very successful career? Yep, a bit of pride too. And he appreciates the occasion, the situation. And his teammates, they respect the effort thus far.
His teammates here, well appreciated. It's been an innings that was full of patience and full of application.
Yeah, almost for Sri Lanka, but slipping through somehow as leg buys for 4.
It'd be interesting to see what side the shiny side's on. Here, with the way that tailed back in quite late. I'm wondering if we're starting to see just a bit of reverse swing on shore. It is hot and abrasive here on the square. So these are the conditions. Something that Darren Ganga was speaking about a little earlier. Not sure if it's following the shiny side, but it tailed in quite late from Asita. So those skills are on show. And once again, the ball consistently moving for him. It looks like orthodox swing on this occasion from Asita Fernando. Once again, this one started a bit further outside the line of that off stump, but well played from Django. He showed that good defense, Stacey. Presented a full face more often than not. Oh, through the gap, just the one slip. Something Jimmy Adams was speaking about a bit earlier today, especially with Rathnaiker on. Just not being supported with the catchers behind the wicket through that second slip region. Just the one slip on a gully. Have a look. It would have been a regulation catch. It's Kamindu Mendes and Nishan Fernando in that region.
Then it goes the other way. An opportunity missed. The ball prior. And then just erring too straight and too far down the leg side and producing some byes.
And if you look at the field setting, he's got a deep point to Amir Django. He hasn't bowled too many short and wide here on day 2, Milan Rathnaiker.
Oh, that kept really low. Kasun Rajitha reintroduced. That one did not get up at all.
Seemed like the first time we've seen a bit of variable bounce. Bit of a loosener, to be fair, from Rajitha. Tends to hit the deck a bit harder than that.
He's trying to find that ideal length where he's coming on that front foot and can still get that LBW in play. A little bit too full on that occasion and previously a little bit too short. So not yet getting that ideal length, Asita. Really put in a shift today though. I think it's safe to say that we're all well protected here at this venue.
Noches. Banana.
Whoa. 100-run partnership between these two now. Nice little milestone. And congratulate each other and receive some applause from their teammates as well. Much needed partnership for the West Indies. Still some work to do. Still trailing by 40 and no doubt will want to get a significant lead to set this game up. He wants to. The placement is good. Will look for 3. And should get them. Yes, they do.
So annoying if you're the other batsman, having to come in to strike for the last, what could be the last delivery of the day. Django would have been hoping to take his gloves off and just watch the 2 deliveries from the non-strikers, and Roston Chase conveniently placing it through mid-wicket for a well-placed 3, bringing Django now into strike.
Nice little slip at the non-striker's end. Only 2 taken. Not the case though. Final delivery of day 2. Well watched, well played, Amir Django and Roston Chase. Partnership of 103 for the 6th wicket. West Indies will close day 2 on 2, 7-1 for 5. still trailed by 37 runs. Only his third innings in Test match cricket, and converting a start into a half century, and no doubt will be harboring hopes of a century tomorrow. So after 2 days, this is where things stand in the first test at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. Sri Lanka sent in, dismissed on day 1 for 308. The West Indies, they faced 1 over on day 1 and then the entirety of day 2 to close on 2-7-1 for 5. Django and Ruston Chase unbeaten.